Hello friends, welcome to Python programming. In this video, we'll be discussing about inheritance and method overriding. So basically, in Python programming, we have a object-oriented programming approach for designing a software application. So in object-oriented programming, we'll be using there are so many features like classes, object, and inheritance, polymorphism, data encapsulation. There are so many features we can use for creating a software-based application program. So there is one of the important feature is called inheritance. So using inheritance, what we can achieve in software development is, if you create a functionality in a particular class, that functionality we can reuse after 1 year or after 2 year. We can extend the functionality from one class to another class. Once you create a program, you can reuse the program by adding additional features to the application. So basically, it is a way of inheriting the properties of one class to another class. So basically, the property from which you are inheriting is called as a parent class, and the properties we are inheriting to the class is called as the child class. Okay. So the basic overall the basic idea is to create a new class by extending from the already existing class. So how to implement inheritance in Python? So first, assume that we have a existing class called parent. Assume that in this here you can understand implement inheritance in Python. Assume that there is a class called parent class with the data and methods, and this class already established and already created, and it is an existing class. Suppose after 1 month or after 1 year you want to add a new class, so we can extend, instead of creating a new class, we can extend this particular class and we can create a new class. Assume that in new class you want to use the same features, same data, same methods of the previous class. Okay. So if you want to use that, you can create through inheritance we can create a new class and we can inherit the previously existing data and methods of the parent class. So here we have a parent class, data and methods. So these data and methods we can inherit to the new child class. So that new class is called as child class. So in Python, how to create child classes? You have to use class keyword child, within bracket we have to mention the parent class name. So for example, the name of the parent class is parent. You have to keep the name of the parent class should come in the bracket. So this will be the parent class and this is a child class. So this child class gets the data and methods of the parent class. So it will inherit the properties of the parent class. So for example, here I have a parent class called vehicle with the two data, name and color. For example, for any vehicle, these properties are common. Name of the vehicle and color of the vehicle is common properties. So any vehicle is actually you can use this data. These two data can be used by any vehicle class. For example, we can create another one class called car, and which we can inherit from the previously created class. For example, just for example, I have included only two data. For example, I want to use this name color to the new class. Okay, so new class is car class. So car is a type of a vehicle, right? So we can instead of creating an independent class, we can create a child class of vehicle class, so that I can reuse some data from vehicle class, right? So how to do that? You have to use a car class and give the parent class name. So parent class name should come here within bracket. Then followed by you can write the new features. If there is any new data you want to include, you can include in the car class. For example, brand and price is a new data I want to include in the car class. But still the car class I want to use name and color feature also. Name and color data also I want to use. Okay. So the name I will be inheriting from the vehicle class, and the color I will be inheriting from the vehicle class. Okay. So how to do that? Here I have used vehicle class. I am initializing two data, name and color. And when I create a subclass, what we have to do is we have to add some more new data, right? So when you add new data, we have to use the previous data also, right? For example, name, color as well as brand, price. So in constructor, we have to give all four parameters, and using there is a super function called Using super function we can able to call the super class means the parent class. Okay, so this super function is used to call super class constructor, so where we can pass this name color to that particular constructor, so it will be initialized. Okay, and to demonstrate I have used one view details function. This will display all the details like name, color and price, brand name and price. So now how to use this inheritance, right? So not to use the inheritance, we have to create object for the subclass. Okay, so here I have created object for subclass car1 equal to car. Here first brand of the car is BMW and price is actually assume that this much amount of price. Okay, so these two data brand and price is actually in car class data, right? So in car class we have added new data, right? So that data I am passing here. And so here the name of the vehicle is car, right? So this is a name of the vehicle and this is a color. Okay, so all these data we can will be available for the car class. Okay, so when you display using view details, we can see car, name is car, color is white, brand is BMW, price is this much amount. Okay, so in inheritance there is one more topic called method overriding. So next we are going to see what is method overriding. So what is method overriding is when the parent class method is defined in the child class with this different implementation, with this specific implementation, then the concept is called as method overriding. Okay. So since the method overridden by the child class, the child class method will be called instead of parent class. Okay. So this is what method overriding. So here we can see how it is applied. Assume that we have a class called shape class. So inside shape class we have data width and height. Two data is there. So I am initializing with self parameter, self width equal to width, height equal to height. Assume that there is a function called find area in parent class. So here the shape is a parent class. Okay, so this is a parent class and there is a function called find area. Okay, so if you see that logic of find area, we cannot write a specific logic. Specific logic we cannot able to write because it's a general class, right? Now look at this. When I am creating a subclass, when I create a child class like rectangle by extending a shape class, and here what I am doing is I am just getting width and height using constructor. I am calling super function. So this super function will call this super class constructor and it will initialize the data. Okay. Now for rectangle area calculation, we know the formula, right? We can calculate the rectangle area calculation formula. Okay. So if I use this find area inherited find area function as it is, so I'll be getting the output as undefined. So I am expecting the proper rectangle area calculation. Okay, so for that we need to go for method overriding. So this find area function we have to re-implement in child class. Okay, see here the logic I have changed. I am displaying rectangle area self width into self height. Okay, the same thing I am doing using triangle also. So in triangle also the same thing. Like in triangle we know how to find the formula, find the area, right? So we need to override the find area function. So in triangle also I am overriding this find area function. Okay. So now when I call this function, for example, look at this. I am creating object for rectangle with the two data like 10 comma 5. 10 is a width and 5 is a height. So this 10 will be copied to this width, 5 is copied to this height. From this variable, it will be initialized to the super class constructor, the parent class constructor. For that only we have used super function called. Super function call used to pass the data to the super class constructor. Okay, so that the width and height will be initialized. Now since I am overriding find area method, what happens? I am able to calculate the area. Now when I call find area function, I am getting the output as rectangle area 50. The same way when I call rectangle area, I am getting 25.0. Okay. Through inheritance, we are inheriting the methods from parent class. Sometimes you want to modify the implementation of the parent class functions. So if you modify in subclass, it is called as method overriding. So when you call that function, the subclass function will be called, not the parent class function. So this is an example of practice question. So the question is, create an application using Python inheritance. So design a parent class called cake. So we have to design a parent class called cake with the data such as name and price. We have to include the constructor to initialize the data and method. We have to include the method called CalculatePrice, which will display the base price. Now we have to create two child class, order cake and ready-made cake, with additional data as given in the following table. So for order cake, the additional data is weight. Okay, how many kgs available? Okay, that is the data we have to prepare. And ready-made cake, we have to prepare quantity as another additional data. Now we have to override the method calculate price in both subclasses as per the price calculation given in the table. Okay, so now let's see how we can create this program. So we'll start with the parent class. So first thing is, we have to start with the parent class, right? So design a parent class called cake. So the name of the class is cake. We have to start with the cake class. So inside cake class, we have to create a constructor. So using define underscore underscore init, we have to create a constructor. In constructor, there are two data we have to create. The here as mentioned in the question, with the data such as name and price. So what we can do is, we can create name comma price as two data. Now inside we can initialize these two data using self dot name equal to name and self dot price is equal to price. So this way we can initialize the data name and price. We have initialized, right? So next thing is, we have to include a method called calculate price. So we have to create a function called calculate price. So this function, the role of this function is to display the base price of the product. Okay, so now we can say that cake price is equal to, we can display the cake price using self dot price. Okay, as well as we can also display the name of the cake also, right? So we can display the name of the cake here. So when you give comma, you will get a space when you print the output. Okay, so this is a parent class. Also we can say that it is a super class. So now we created super class or parent class. Okay, so next is, actually we have to use create two child class, which is order cake and ready-made cake, with additional data as given in the following table. So for order cake, additional data is weight. For ready-made cake, additional data is quantity. So now let us build the subclass child class. To create child class, first we need to create the new class called order cake. Within bracket, we have to give the parent class name. So parent class name is cake. So we have to give the parent class, right? So inside we have to create a new data called weight, right? So instead of not only weight, we have to also initialize this name and price also. So we have to create a uh, constructor, and inside we have to include the name first, price, then followed by weight of the cake. And this name, and look at this, name and price is already initialized in this cake, right? So we have to call the super class constructor. So we have to use super function dot underscore underscore init. We have to pass this two data, name and price, then followed by a new data we have to create using self dot weight. Okay, so you can initialize a new data. So this is additional data I have created. Now similarly, we have to create ready-made cake also. Before that, we have to add the additional data. Then after adding additional data, override the method calculate price in both subclasses. Okay, so now we have to override the calculate price. Okay, calculate price method we have to override. So this function, how to override? So we have to copy the same function again inside this order cake. Now we have to change the logic. So here what I have to do is, I have to use the weight concept, right? So you have to ask the user how many kgs you want. Okay, how much kg you want. Okay, w equal to, you can ask the user to enter the weight, cake weight needed. Okay, so cake weight needed, we can ask the user, and the user will enter the data. Now we can check this weight is actually available or not. So we have to check the self available weight. Available weight is greater than the customer requirement w. if it is available, we have to write the logic. Okay, so to write the logic, if the weight is available, we can say that total equal to total price we can calculate, right? Then followed by we have to update this weight, right? Self weight, now it is changed, right? Because assume that 10 kg cake is available, now 2 kg is sold out. So after we have to update this self dot weight minus w. Okay, so now after this we can print the bill. Okay, so how to print the bill? So just we can say that bill name and self dot price of the cake and the total price. So total price also we can display. Before this we have to display this total underscore price. Okay, so like this the bill will be generated. So this will be generated if the self weight is greater than the requested weight. Okay, so else we have to say that the requested amount is not requested weight not available. So like that you can show an error message. Okay, so now this is the way we have to do it. The same way, see the question here. Another thing is we have to create one more class called ready made cake, right? So we have to create a ready made cake also. So just we have to, in ready made cake, what's the difference? Instead of weight we have to use quantity. Okay, price calculation is just you multiply the price into quantity. So just you have to copy this and we can change the few things. So I have copy paste that, and this is a ready made cake, and which is also we are inheriting from cake class. And instead of weight we have to use a new uh, variable called quantity, and this new variable we have to create by using quantity self dot quantity, and this quantity we can assign. Okay, that is done. So in over here also I am overriding the calculate price. Okay, calculate price, when I am overriding we have to ask the quantity. Now it is not weight, it is quantity. So cake quantity required. Okay, so cake quantity needed, I am asking, I am storing in a queue. Now I have to check this quantity is available or not. So quantity is greater than the queue. Okay, the requested quantity. So if it is available, total price we can calculate by using this requested quantity into the price. So we can update the quantity by using quantity self dot quantity equal to quantity minus q. Okay, so like this we can able to update the quantity. We can generate the bill. So in the bill we have to display self dot name, cake price and the total price. So this way we have to display. Suppose we have a 10 cake, the user is requesting 20 cake, that is not allowed, right? So we have to say requested quantity not available, we have to say. Okay, this way we have to create two subclasses, two child class. Okay, we have created a parent class cake with the name and price and one function calculate price. So this calculate price we are changing in a subclass, we are overriding in subclass. But like for example order cake, I have created new subclass order cake by inheriting from cake class, right? So in the order cake, as per this table we have to add a new data called weight. Okay, so I have added new data weight, I am creating a new data here, and the old data name and price I am initializing using the super function, I am calling the super class constructor. Okay, then overriding is here. Okay, so this is what overriding. Already we have a calculate price function is there in the super class. So just we are overriding in the subclass calculate price. So here as per the weight we are calculating the price. Okay, the same thing for ready made cake. So ready made cake we have introduced a new data called quantity. So in this quantity we have to create a new data self dot quantity equal to new quantity. Here also we are overriding the calculate price function from the parent class. So parent class we have, from parent class we are taking calculate price method, we are overriding here. Okay, as per the quantity I am calculating the price here. Okay, finally we have to create a menu options and we have to find the total bill for the customer requirement. Okay, so we are going to demonstrate that. So first thing is we have to create object for the ready made cake and order cake, and we have to prepare the menu options. So we'll start with first thing, we have to create a cake object. Okay, create cake object. So here we have two types of objects. So I am going to demonstrate with the two objects. The first object is a order cake. So for creating order cake, I have to pass a value for name, price, weight. So first I am going to ask the user to enter the name of the cake using input function. Enter order cake name. Okay, then I want to take the price also. So enter order cake price. Then we need to store the weight. So weight is also integer value. So we have to use input. So enter the stock. Okay, stock weight. So stock weight means available weight. Okay, so first initially how much weight is ready in the particular shop. Okay, so now, so these are the things we are getting from the user. Now I am creating a cake object. Cake 1 equal to, right, for example it is order cake. Okay, order cake equal to, we can create a object for order cake. We can pass this name, price and the weight. So now the order cake is ready. The same way we have to take the ready-made cake. So ready-made cake we have to ask, enter the ready-made cake name. So we have to replace everywhere, and the stock quantity. So in the for the order cake it is weight. Now for the ready-made cake it is quantity, right? So we have to take the quantity, right? So now the ready-made cake we have to create. So this is a ready-made cake. So just I'll put as ready cake. Ready cake is equal to, we have to prepare the object ready-made cake. Okay, so I'm creating object for this class. Okay, as you see here, you can notice that I have already created the ready-made cake class, right? So for this class I'm creating object. So I have to pass name, price, quantity. So three things I have to pass: name, price, quantity. The name, price will be copied here, and using super function it will go to super class. It will go to super class and it will be initialized here. Okay, so now two cakes actually we have created. So we have created two cakes. One is order cake, next one is ready cake. So now we can create a menu options. Okay, as per the question we have to create a menu option. So we can create a menu option like this. While we have to create a infinite loop like this. We'll create one variable called false, and while not done. Okay, it means we have to continue the process. Okay, first what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the available cake to the user. Okay, so first we have to show the available cake. So we can display like this. We'll write a print statement, name of the cake. So available cake, first I'm printing order cake. Okay, so we'll print order cake, right? So first we'll say that it is a order cake. Okay, order cake name. Okay, order cake name, right? So we'll print order cake dot name, and followed by we can display the order cake price. We can display the order cake price and the quantity available. Okay, so we can say that available weight. Okay, available weight, not quantity, available weight. So for order cake we have created weight, right? So we have to display available weight. Okay, so like this we have to write this available weight. So this is actually one cake. The same way we can display the next cake also. So first cake just I'll put as 1. So next one more details we have to display, right? So how to do that? Just you can copy paste and replace this. This is a ready-made cake. Okay, so it's a ready-made cake name, and we have to display this using ready cake, right? So ready cake, here order cake, ready cake is right. So we can display this ready cake dot price, and when it comes to here it is available quantity. When it comes to ready-made cake we have quantity only, right? So we have to display the available quantity. To display available quantity we can use ready cake dot quantity. Okay, so in bracket. Okay, so instead of writing, we can write many print statement. We can simplify this with one statement. So now it will show this available cake to the user. Now user has to purchase. Okay, so like that you have to demonstrate. This will print the cake details. Now we have to ask enter your choice. Okay, we have to ask enter your choice. One for order cake, two for ready-made cake. Okay, so we have to ask enter your choice. Okay, so choice equal to ch is equal to or choice equal to int input enter your choice. Okay, so if I select one, it is order cake, and if I select two, it is ready-made cake. So depending on that, we can call the function. Okay, so if you have to write the condition, if the choice equal to one, it is order cake, right? So we have to call the order cake dot calculate price. So C is calculator and price is also calculator. Okay, right. So this is actually a case if the choice is order cake, else L if we can check if the choice is equal to 2. Okay, we have to go for ready made cake. So you have to use ready cake dot calculate price. Okay, else you have to say that invalid option. Okay, we have to say invalid choice. Okay, so we have to print invalid choice. And so this is what how to create a menu. So that's all about. We have created the program as per this practice problem statement. We have done that. Now let us check the output. To check the output, right click and execute the program. So run the program. So now it will be started. So first what we have to do is we have to give the cake details. Okay, we have to store the cake details, order cake details, and ready-made cake details. Right. For example, order cake details, I'm Black Forest. Okay, and the price just I am assuming at 500 rupees per kg. Now total how much kg is available? I have assume that I have 10 kgs I have in the stock. Okay, so the order cake is created. Now it is asking ready made cake name. So assume that white forest. Okay, so for example the price is 400 rupees, and for ready made cake quantity wise, so that is a difference, right? So enter the stock quantity is actually I have 15 cake is available. So now the cake is created, it will display the available cake. Now one for order cake name, and one for order cake, two for ready made cake. So these are the details. Black Forest, price is 500, available weight is 10 kg is available, and white forest available quantity is 15 is available. So now user can purchase. For example, I want order cake, so I'll select one. So when I select one, it will ask cake weight needed. Okay, why it is asking cake weight needed? Now when I call calculate price, so if I select one, the call goes to this calculate price. This calculate price, since we are overriding, it will go to that order cake calculate price. Order cake calculate price. Here we are asking the user to enter the weight of the cake needed. Okay, so we have to give the needed weight. So I have 10, available weight is 10. So I need assume that I need 2 kg cake, right? So I'll give 2. So when I give 2, the bill will be generated. The name of the cake we are requested is Black Forest. Cake price is 500 per kg. We have requested 2 kg, right? So total price is 1000 rupees. Okay, so 2 into 500, total price is 1000 rupees. So next it will ask, again it will show the menu. So like this only you have to create a menu driven program. Okay, so again I'll select second option, ready made cake. Okay, so ready made cakes 2. When I select second option, it will ask enter the quantity required. Okay, so I'll give quantity. So total available quantity is 15 is there. So here you can see available quantity 15. Assume that I want to buy 5 cake. Okay, so what is the price here? One cake is 400 rupees. So 5 cake, if I give 5 cake, the bill will be generated. Now here you can see the bill. The name of the cake is White Forest. Cake price is 400. Total price is 2000 rupees. Okay, again the program application is keep on working. See, it is showing the menu again. So now the user can keep on purchase. Okay, so like this you can build a Python application project by using inheritance concept. Okay, so in this program we have applied a concept called inheritance, method overriding, and how to call the superclass constructor using super function. Okay, so here you can see, just I'll quickly revise. First we created a superclass parent class cake with the name price and calculate price function, and we have created a subclass order cake by inheriting. To inherit you have to use a bracket, and I have added a new data called weight, like this, and the old data name and price I have already initialized using this constructor, so we have to call that constructor using super function. Okay, so then we have to override. So this is what overriding. So here we are using method overriding concept. So method overriding is nothing but changing the logic of, okay, method overriding. So changing the logic of parent class function in subclass, in child class, is called as method overriding. So when you create a child class object, if you call the function, it will call the child class function. Okay, so this calculate price will be called, not this one. Okay, right? So that's actually the concept. The same way ready-made cake we have created, and to demonstrate I have created two cake object. I have stored the name and price, weight and price and quantity. For order cake and ready-made cake I created two objects. Now this is a menu. So this is actually a menu we are creating. So here we are building a menu options. Okay, right? So here I have demonstrated, if choice is 1, I'll do order cake calculate price. If choice is 2, ready-made cake. Okay, so that's all about how to create inheritance program in Python